Welcome back, familiar, to NorthsideLDN, caramba, and coming live to you from the Cristiano Ronaldo Hotel in New York. Big up to everyone. Make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure you're doing all that good stuff. That every time we drop a video on transfers, you are alerted. And we've got Brobbey today. Arsenal received green light to sign 22-goal striker as he reveals it's his dream destination to play for Arsenal. Make sure you're smashing the like button, all that good stuff. We're going to get straight into it, caramba. You know what I mean? In this New York heat. Let's go. It goes on to say, in a recent revelation to Helen magazine, Ajax forward Brian Brobbey has openly expressed his admiration for Premier League, Arsenal and Tottenham. This intriguing preference comes amidst a challenging season for Ajax, setting the stage for a potential high-profile move for the young striker. Let's delve deeper into the implications of Brobbey's aspirations and the scenarios that could unfold. Brobbey's remarkable season amid Ajax struggles. Despite Ajax's disappointing fifth place in the Eredivisie, Brian Brobbey emerged as a silver lining with an impressive tally of 22 goals in 43 appearances. His performances is even more commendable considering the team's overall turmoil. This prolificity in front of goal has not only elevated his status at Ajax, but also attracted attention from top clubs across Europe. Let's stop that one there. There we go. Let's keep going. Brobbey's journey is a classic tale of a homegrown talent making it big. After a brief stint with RB Leipzig, he returned to the Johan Cruyff Arena, and since then, his career trajectory has been nothing short of spectacular. As he candidly mentioned in his interview, Real Madrid, Man United, Arsenal, Tottenham, those are nice clubs, but if I stay at Ajax, that is certainly not a punishment. What else is this? What's man saying? Let's see what else he's got to say. As the transfer window approaches, all eyes will be on Brobbey's next move. He will opt for the tactical and stability of Arsenal, or he will choose the dynamic, transformative environment at Tottenham. His decision will likely hinge not just on football aspects, but also on personal development opportunities that each club offers. In conclusion, Brian Brobbey's candidness about his dream destination reflects a young player's ambition and readiness for the next big leap in his career. As he continues to impress on the field, it's clear that his journey is about much more than just goals. It's about making a mark on the global stage of football. Now, when they say that he scored 22 goals this season, that's a load of BS. He hasn't scored 22 goals this season. He scored in the Eredivisie 18 goals, and he's had 10 assists. So in the Eredivisie, he scored 18 goals and had 10 assists. Now, for me, we keep seeing constantly this issue with Arsenal unable to get certain signings, certain strikers over the line because of money. That's what we keep hearing. Brian Brobbey, at the moment, costs, according to Transfermarkt, he's valued at 40 million euros. 40 million euros, about 35 million pounds, around that ballpark. The same amount of money that is being touted for Sesko. And it seems like Arsenal are targeting these kind of strikers. I mean, he's young, he's 22 years old. I mean, 18 goals in the league season isn't bad. It isn't bad. But at the same time, and he got 10 assists, but at the same time, he's 22 years old. Will he find it hard to adapt like Rasmus? Is he somebody that's going to struggle in the Premier League? Will it be too physical for him? We're going to see. He's only, other than Ajax, he's only played at RB Leipzig. So respectfully, both of those leagues aren't necessarily the strongest. I mean, the Bundesliga isn't the weakest, but it's not La Liga. It's not Prem. So, you know, it's that kind of thing. Is he able to step up? You know, we've seen Anthony come over from the Dutch league, and he looked like he struggled to adapt from the Dutch football to the English league. And we need somebody that's going to guarantee us goals. He doesn't guarantee us goals. And I think Arsenal are looking at Brobbey's and they're looking like at Sesko's because they're financially easier to get done. And even then, we're struggling. We still haven't triggered Sesko's release clause, which is around £55 million. Brobbey looks like he'll be around the same amount of money if we want to get him from Ajax. And it seems like Arsenal have got financial issues. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like, because it looks like we're dropping interest in. I saw news that we're dropping interest in Isak and in Ivan Toney, as in they're too expensive for the amount of money that Arsenal have got at the moment. Brian Brobbey, I think we're past the stage of getting these youngsters. I think we're part of that stage. If we bring in somebody like a Brobbey or somebody like a Sesko, a young striker, for me, the only way it makes any type of sense is if they're not part of the starting lineup. We have a clear up in terms of the strikers that we got. We get rid of Nketiah, which it looks like we're doing. We get rid of Jesus, which it looks like he's just not good enough for where we need to get to. Technically very good, but in terms of actual goal scoring ability, always leaves a lot to be desired. And we go and get, maybe a Brobbey and a Isak, or a Sesko and a Ivan Toney. Then it makes more sense, because you've got a proper striker that can bag goals, and then you've got a young striker that may be hit or miss, but you've already guaranteed a striker that's going to score you at least 20 goals a season. So we've strengthened the area of the team that we needed to. Then it makes more sense, But if the only striker we get is a young striker, what is the point? What is the point? We already wasted time with Kai Havertz trying to develop him into a proper striker, which he still isn't. We carried him for about 18 games of the season. Then when he starts banging goals, he only scores 13, 14 goals in the season, which isn't good enough. Let's keep it real. Isn't good enough. Then what? Then we've got, what else we got? Yeah, that's it. So it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're going to get another youngster that still was not going to guarantee us different goals. Jesus was never a goal scorer. He was never a goal scorer. He admitted it himself as well. That's his weakness. Even though he plays as a striker, his weakness is goal scoring. Then we've got Nketiah that we're now getting rid of, because now finally people can realize that he ain't good enough. It's just honestly a joke. It's honestly a joke. Like, to go and get another young striker that ain't gonna guarantee us the goals, we're just wasting time. We're just wasting time and wasting money. You buy cheap, you buy twice. That's the saying. You buy cheap, you buy twice. Go out there and buy us the world-class striker that we need. And listen, if the situation is at Arsenal that we don't have the money, this is to all them filus da puta that told me, oh, the reason we bought Fabio Vieira is because we needed to build a strong squad. No. Now you can see wasting money on players that aren't good enough eventually hinders you, because then you start hitting FFP. So you're wasting money. It's wasted money. We don't even know of all the players that we're going to sell. We don't even know if we're going to get all our money back. Majority of them, we're not going to get our money back. We're going to make a loss. So all of this tactic that people try to justify to me, we had to buy certain type of players because of where we were at. Bullcrap. You can still buy high potential players on a budget. That just means that the scouting system actually have to do their job and actually have to be good at doing their job and identifying gems. The same way Leicester identified Kante for peanuts, identified Mahrez for peanuts. You know what I'm saying? Got Vardy for peanuts of eventually what he was worth. Come on, like, there's players out there. It just means that you have to put focus on your scouting. Benfica do it all the time. They always find players out of nothing or next to nothing money and then make them into superstars. This is what I'm saying. When people try to justify, this player came in to do a job and this and that, now you can see how it forms a hindrance. We have a bunch of players that we bought for peanuts that weren't good enough in the first place, that never was good enough. And now that the majority of them have not developed and not shown their quality, now we need to get rid of them. But now those signings and that money that we spent on them is now a hindrance for us going out there and getting an Isak, which is why we're looking at a Brian Brobbey, which is why we're looking at players like that. It's ridiculous, and people try and justify this. about, oh, but you know, it's part of the process. Part of the process, what? To hit FFP. As soon as you're in a position now, we're in a position now that we got a great starting 11. We now need to add to it. So as soon as we're this close to winning a major honor, now we're hindered by FFP, and people have got what? Gonna tell me what? That's part of the process. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. I'm not gonna lie. It's an absolute joke. I don't want this Brian Brobbey. I don't think he's good enough. In the Europa League, he had 6 appearances, 2 goals. In the Conference League, 4 appearances, 2 assists. What's that there? And yeah, that's it. So listen, I'm not impressed, man. I'm not impressed. I'm sorry. It's another player that nobody's going to tell me that going to guarantee us goals. There's another player that's going to divide opinion, because some people will go off of because he's young, he's got potential, and other people will look at it realistically and say, listen, this player is going to have time to adapt to the Premier League. He's going to have time to show his quality, learn how the team plays. I just don't see it. I just don't see it working out. And we're at a stage where, I've said this before, we're at a stage where Liverpool, I think it was what, 2018? Was it 2018 or before that? Where Liverpool had that season where they went and bought a Van Dijk, they went and bought Alisson. You know, they went and bought the missing pieces that they needed to get over the line. That is where Arsenal are at right now. We just need a couple more world-class signings, or top, just below world-class signings, to come in, and we're able to win the league. That's how far we are. We are just below winning a major honor. And what we do in this window is going to determine everything about where the ownership see this club and what they want for this football club. So, listen, we'll see. Big up, familia. Make sure you're liking and subscribing, doing all that good stuff. Me, I'm here in New York. I can't lie. Today was a madness. Like, we're supposed to go out yesterday, but none of us had the energy. Absolutely crashed out. I was finished. Absolutely finished. So, listen, big up to you lot. Make sure you're hitting the like button and subscribe and doing all that good stuff. And without further ado, familia, we're out. Love.